Most people think that starting an online business requires tens of thousands of dollars upfront. Amazon FBA, well, you're going to be spending $5,000 to $10,000 on inventory that you don't know is going to sell through. Shopify dropshipping, well, you're going to be spending $2,000 to $5,000 just simply testing ads until you finally actually crack the code. So in this video, I'm going to be breaking down for you the exact cost for you to start an Amazon dropshipping business, and it's nowhere near what you might actually think. And my goal throughout these videos is to simply help you leverage the world's most popular shopping platform to your advantage through an Amazon business, all without spending money on ads, spending money on bulk orders, or needing any sort of prior experience. And just a disclaimer, everything I show you inside of this video is only for educational purposes only. The results that I show you of my mentorship students right now are not typical. Your individual results may actually vary. We don't make any income claims, we don't make any earning potential claims or anything along that lines, because it all varies on whether or not you put in the effort for your Amazon business and what you may or may not get out of it. So let's dive into it. So when it comes to you being an Amazon seller, it's very straightforward. You have a couple different selling plans. With these selling plans, you have an individual selling plan that we have here, and you also have a professional selling plan. Now, both do differ. Obviously, as you can see at a glance, one seems a little bit more cost effective as it's only 99 cents per item sold, and a professional plan has $39 per month. And again, this is also in USD currency. So if you're on a Canadian marketplace, this is going to be about $29 a month as well. So you can see that what's included with each different selling plan. Now, with the individual, you have a lot more limitations on that selling plan comparatively to the professional that you have here. Now, the reason for this is because with an individual, these are for people that kind of like want to test the waters, I guess you can say. But also to that point, you can only list one product at a time. You don't have any specific ways in which you can use bulk operations. You can use the new seller guide. You can automate your pricing, or you can build any sort of brand with a digital store or whatnot. So the individual selling plan is something that, at first glance might be a little bit more cost effective, but in hindsight, it also limits the amount of products that you can or cannot sell on your storefront. You're only limited to about 30 or 40 products that you can sell on your storefront until it actually puts you at a certain cap limit. And as you know, with an Amazon dropshipping business, we don't want a cap limit. The volume aspect is how we're essentially going to win this game, because you never have to buy products before they sell. You're never buying products in bulk. We're never spending money on the ads. So the more products we list in hindsight, the more probability we have to make a sale with our brand new Amazon business. So that's why the professional plan, although it might seem a little bit expensive, truth be told, any single particular household, you're going to be spending money on Netflix, Disney Plus, all your Prime memberships and whatnot. $39 a month, anybody can afford $39 a month. At the end of the day, this is just something that's going to help you potentially generate more income as you utilize it. So you can see all the advanced tools that you have for the professional selling plan. You basically have literally everything set up for the professional selling plan. So it's obviously the more cost effective in a long-term perspective for the professional selling plan as you go about it, but there's also no restrictions. There's no limitations when it comes to using the professional selling plan. So that way it's free reign and you have full capacity on your Amazon business. Now, outside of this professional selling plan fee, that's literally it. You don't need to spend money on anything else in order for you to start your Amazon business. And this is one of the most beautiful parts about this business model in the way that we do it, is we're mitigating the cost, the operational expenses for you to run the day-to-day business is quite literally just $39 a month. There's no other fee that you're going to have to incur that's going to have you paying on a monthly basis without you producing more income. And we're going to get a little bit more into that here shortly. But my number one priority for every single one of you here is, if you think that it's too expensive for you to start selling on Amazon, think again, because it's only $39 a month. And if you don't have $39 a month, then save on your Starbucks latte that you buy every single day. And lo and behold, the $40 is going to magically appear easily within a week. Now, outside of the professional selling plan fee, let's talk about the other optional but good to have resources that you may want to invest in as you start your Amazon business. Now, the first one is going to be something called AMZ Scout. AMZ Scout is one of those tools that's basically going to give you access to sales data for you to get access to understanding what products sell, what products don't sell. They've got yearly bundles. They've also got booster add-ons as well and monthlies. All I really look for, in all honesty, with the AMZ Scout is you can just go with the AMZ Scout AI bundle. That's more than enough for you to be able to utilize on a monthly basis. You don't need anything more than that. And what this will be able to do for you as an Amazon seller, if we go on any particular random product, let's say we take this particular coffee machine here, what it will do is give me access to this particular box. Okay, so this is a particular box that not any Amazon consumer has access to. Of course, this is what AMZ Scout does and how it caters the data. It basically takes the product rank. So it gives the product rank to me here. It says it's 2,588. And it also tells me that the estimated monthly sales based on the rank is actually 9,541 in the last 30 days. Okay, so it gives me a lot of really insightful data to make it very easy for me to do my product research. Now, yes, this is a product research tool. They've got a little mini profit calculator here. I never really touched that because we have our own in-house profit calculators and part of the mentorship program. But with that being said, AMZ Scout is not entirely one of those things that every single person needs. And let me explain a little bit deeper. On any specific product listing you go on, when you're shopping on Amazon, if you simply scroll down, and as you scroll down, you can get to the product details aspect. When you get to the product details aspect, every single product has the bestseller rank available for you to review within this specific point right here. So even if you don't want to use AMZ Scout, you don't need it because every single product under the item details tab has a bestseller rank associated with it. Now, in a different perspective, if there is no bestseller rank when you want a product listing, what that essentially means is, our goal is the lower the BSR, the better that product's going to actually sell through. But in this perspective, if there's no BSR in this particular product listing, we can accurately assume that the BSR is actually 1 million, which means that it's non-existent and hasn't sold in the last 30 days, which may or may not be a product that I want to be able to list. So AMZ Scout is really kind of like an optional thing. It's great for you to get an understanding in terms of the product rank. It shows it very easily here. It also gives you access to price charts as well if you want to use the feature. But in all honesty, because we're selling on Amazon in the way that we do it, we don't need to be conducting so many technical analysis, ceiling prices, floor prices, and all that stuff, because we're not buying the products before. So you really don't need to be so analytical with the research process before you go ahead and list a product, simply because if you list a product and it doesn't sell, you lose nothing as an Amazon seller in the way that we do it. So our priority is you don't really need specific things like these or other ones that could be very expensive, like Keepa, SellerAmp, and whatnot, but is something that is a little bit more convenient that people do like to have. So again, AMZ Scout is about $59 a month. It's not entirely something you need 100%. You can just simply scroll down on every product listing, item details, and you will have the bestseller rank available here for you to be able to take a look at. Now, there are 2 other tools that we're going to utilize, and these 2 other tools are a little bit more insightful, give us a little bit more data that we do actually need that you can't really tell off the top of your head. So it's called IP Alert, and IP Alert is basically called an intellectual property alert. This one here is by Seller Assistant. This one is a completely free tool that you can be able to utilize. Now, in my discretion, based on my experience the last 4.5 years of helping over 700 Amazon sellers start and scale their brand new Amazon businesses, this is not entirely the most accurate IP Alert extension that's out there. This is a free tool that you could utilize. The most accurate one that I've seen over my days is something specifically from Archosaurus. This is IP Alert. Again, it's the same exact concept. You can go on Google, you can type in get IP Alert, and you can click on the one that has this particular URL associated with it. This is a one-time fee of $99. Okay, so this will give you access, and I'm in no way affiliated with these extensions either. They're just really great tools that I love to use, but this is going to be able to ensure that you don't run into what is called intellectual property complaints. So if we go back to this particular coffee machine, as you can see here with this coffee machine, there's a specific thing that has here right next to the brand name, there's actually a little green check mark. And as you see that green check mark, this is what Get IP Alert does. It tells me what brand is reseller friendly and what brand is not reseller friendly. Meaning if I have a green check mark on this product listing, it means I can sell it. It means I can list it. If I don't have a green check mark on that product listing, then I can't. So as a very good example, a lot of people go to KitchenAid because it's a brand that people know, people like, people trust. But as you can see with the Get IP Alert extension, what it does for me, it literally shows me in a blaring red alarm that this brand is known to file IP complaints. So obviously I wouldn't want to list KitchenAid products simply because if I do list it, then they're not going to want me on their product listings, and then we'll most likely file what is called an IP complaint against me. Now, I'm not going to go into the whole nitty-gritty about the IP complaints and what that all is. We can save that for another video, but essentially they're not good in hindsight. So the IP Alert, what essentially does, as you can see here, using the extension, it has a blaring red alarm associated with it. Obviously that means that's not good, so I want to avoid that. So what this does is it helps you avoid listing brands that you're not eligible to sell as a third-party seller on Amazon, and it helps ensure that you're not running into IP complaints for your Amazon business. So we've got a $99 one-time fee. You've got the option to do $59 a month, and you have the non-negotiable $39.99 a month. So non-negotiable, you need $39.99 a month to be an Amazon seller. That's all it takes for you to get started. Outside of that, the second one that you can use as time progresses is going to be IP Alert, which is $99. That brings our total amount to about $138 in total startup costs for the first month. Now, after that point, obviously once you pay IP Alert in the first month, you don't have to pay it again. So then that goes back down to $39 a month. And then if you want to include AMZ Scout at a later point in time, that'll bring essentially your total amount to run this business on a month-over-month perspective, $100 a month. But to be clear, you're going to be able to do all of this, sell on Amazon, sell products to Amazon consumers without needing any sort of inventory. So you're never going to have to purchase products before someone buys something. You only pay once the customer has bought something from you first. And in that point, that also means that you're never going to have any warehouses. You're never going to have to pay for a storage, a prep center. You're never going to have to send products into an Amazon FBA warehouse because the products are going from your supplier directly to the end consumer that way. And you're also going to be able to ensure that you don't have any advertisement budgets needed for something like this. So that's amazing because you're in this position where ads is still a 50-50 gamble. Unless you're a PPC expert or you're an advertisement expert when it comes to selling on Amazon, it's a very tough gamble and you're not entirely sure you're going to want to put your hard-earned dollars towards an ad campaign that you don't know 110% is going to actually generate a positive ROAS for you. And then to that point, you won't need any sort of website. You won't need to host your website, anything like GoDaddy or Squarespace or anything like that. And you're also not going to need any sort of LLC or any business bank account or business registration in order for you to start this. So this is truthfully one of the most cost-effective ways for you to get into the selling on Amazon space without fronting tens of thousands of dollars up front, but also without risking a lot of your money up front. So in brief, if you were to compare Amazon dropshipping with all the other business models, let's say you have Amazon FBA where your startup costs are anywhere between $5,000 to $10,000 just on the business model alone. Okay, so that's the inventory, the shipping, the storage, the additional fees, the ad budget, and all that different types of stuff. Then you look at something like Shopify dropshipping. Same concept applies where you're only in a position where you're spending $2,500 to maybe $5,000 on the business model itself in order for it to work. Now, if you look at other traditional business models like real estate, well, that's where you're talking about $20,000, $50,000, $100,000 in upfront costs because you got the down payments, you got the closing costs and all that different types of stuff. And any other traditional business model usually will require that same amount of money from $50,000 all the way of upwards of $100,000 for rent, inventory, employees, and all these operational costs that go associated with it as well. So from a cost perspective, you have all these business models that require so much upfront in order for you to get the ball rolling. But if you're a brand new beginner looking to start an Amazon business just alongside your day-to-day job, even if you have kids, even if you work 40 hours a week and you want to mitigate the amount of money that you're putting up front in order for you to start this, well, that's where Amazon dropshipping allows you to be able to do so. Like I said, it's $39 for you to start an Amazon business, for you to start selling. We don't need to spend money on ads, we don't buy products in bulk, and we don't need to create any sort of crazy website or register a business in order for us to be able to do this. But even outside of the cost perspective, you're mitigating risk virtually down to zero because you're in a position where you're only ever spending money once you know you've made money. Because this business model has such low overhead expenses associated with it, you're really never in a position where you're going to be able to lose anything by you actually starting the process of you selling on Amazon. And lastly, let's also talk about how long it takes for these other business models to actually get rolling comparatively to what Amazon dropshipping does. All these other things will take 30, 60, 90 days for you to see any sort of positive momentum with it, for you to be able to get the ball rolling. Comparatively with Amazon dropshipping, especially in our mentorship students, these are the specific individuals that see results within their first couple of weeks, and results meaning their first couple of sales. And once you make your first sale, it's kind of like a snowball effect where you roll it down a hill. It gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So you don't got to wait months. You're going to wait years for this to actually pay off. This is something that you can actually get started with and start making sales with potentially within the first coming weeks of you actually starting something brand new like this. So by you simply investing $39 a month for you to be an Amazon seller, that means that you get access to over 300 million active customers shopping on the Amazon platform, credit card ready in hand for you to be able to sell products to. Amazon already has a system. They already have the whole entire thing mapped out. They make it very easy because you're going where the customers are already shopping. You're just simply the intermediary in this process. And generally speaking, within the first 48 hours of registering an Amazon business, your account gets verified. Then you can get the ball rolling and you can start looking for products. You can start looking for suppliers, and the first sales hopefully come in within the first weeks of you starting your Amazon business. Take someone like MJ, for example, where in her first 7 days of starting, she did over $14,000 in sales. And now 4 months later, being part of the mentorship program, she was able to achieve over $58,000 in sales. Or someone like Erica, where she's now 3.5 months into the mentorship program, and in this month she's been able to so far cross over $18,000 in sales. And yet the best part is we still got Black Friday and Cyber Monday coming up, which is going to be able to allow her to hopefully get over $30,000 in total sales for this month alone. Or even someone like Shireen, where in her first week, she was able to do $2,600 in total sales with her Amazon business while only investing $39 a month to be an Amazon seller. So really the only barrier for you to be able to start an Amazon business is just $39 a month. It's not tens of thousands of dollars that you need upfront in order for you to be able to get this ball rolling. You're not buying inventory in bulk, you're not running ads, and you're not putting your hard-earned money at a risk of ever being lost. So if you want a beginner-friendly step-by-step breakdown on how to be able to start and scale your Amazon business, all you got to do is click the video on this screen to watch my full Amazon dropshipping beginner's guide for you to be able to take a look at all the steps you need to walk through successfully in order for you to be able to be successful in this brand new venture. And maybe if you're someone who prefers a little bit more one-on-one and you want my personal one-on-one help, just like these over 700 students that I've been able to help over 4.5 years, then all you got to do is click the mentorship link down below. Apply to be a part of the mentorship, because yes, I don't entirely work with everyone. I really work with people who are willing to invest in themselves, who are hardworking and willing to put in that hard work in order for them to achieve a life that they don't yet have access to. And in any way, shape, or form, if you feel like this video helped you and it gave you insight in terms of starting a business doesn't actually require tens of thousands of dollars, hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.